I think I'm live. Am I live? I think I am. Hey guys, as you pop into the broadcast, let me know who you are and where you're watching from because I stopped eating my lunch. See, my little boring lunch. I don't know if you can see it, my boring lunch. Well, it's not really boring, but yeah, it's kind of black eyed peas and vegetables. So I stopped eating my boring lunch
watching
to
from
pop on
because I
stopped eating my boring lunch to pop on and chat with you guys a little bit about something that happened to me earlier today. So as you jump in, let me know you're here. Hey, Nikayla, thank you for joining, honey. And as you jump in, add some other folks to this broadcast because I'm going to be quick, brief, and to the darn point. So how many of you watching have ever had a come to Jesus moment with somebody? You know what the come to Jesus moment talking about, right? I mean, it's funny. What does that really mean, come to Jesus moment? We may not be able to define it, but we all know what it means when somebody says they're having a come to Jesus moment, right? Well, we've all had that with someone that we love, whether it be our husband, our kids, our significant others. And for some of us, we've had to have that come to Jesus with our own mamas. So yeah, Nikayla says a lot of the time. So, it's funny. When we have those come to Jesus moments with the people that we love, what's really the outcome that you're expecting? It's something about having those come to Jesus conversations that puts you in the space where you've had enough. Typically, we've had enough. We kind of up to here with all the promises, with all the, oh yeah, I'm going to do, but then you're not doing. We're kind of over the top with our disappointment and the person not living up to what they said they were going to do it, how they were going to do it, when they were going to do it, right? And so we have these conversations where we pretty much laying down a law. Where we pretty much putting it all down and say, hey, look, this is what I expect, and this is how I expect it. So it's kind of interesting when you really think about it. When you have those come to Jesus moments with the people that you love most, how often do they really stick to whatever you talk about in that meeting? How many of you can be honest that usually within a month to 90 days, if not less, you're right back where you started? I tell you, it's so frustrating when you think you've come to a resolution and you've spelled everything out and you've laid out your terms, right? And you get annoyed because you feel like, okay, they lied to me because we talked 3 months ago at 6 o'clock and you promised and you said that you were going to do X, Y, and Z and you ain't live up to it. We get frustrated. We start to feel like we're being lied to. I know for me, the worst thing, goodness gracious, just thinking about it. The thing that used to drive me crazy the most, especially when I was dating, was somebody telling me what they thought I wanted to hear. Because I felt like it was the utmost insult. Don't tell me what you think I want to hear, but yet they would do it over and over and over again. And so this morning, I was having an amazing conversation with my own personal development coach, because here's the thing, guys, if you're pouring out to folks, you got to get poured into, right? So I hope most of you that are watching are getting that, whether it's through a personal development coach, whether it's through a counselor or something. I hope that you are getting what you need poured into you from someone else. So please stick with me. Hey, Duran, thank you for popping in. So I was talking with my personal development coach, and I had like such an aha moment. I'm like, I got to come in and tell Fiercely Speaking. How like sometimes you hear something good and you can't wait to share it. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to share this tidbit because just like it freed me this morning, I am hoping that it frees you today. And if I say something that hits a nerve with you, put in the comments, hashtag, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. So I want to share with you 3 reasons why people aren't telling you the truth. When we have these conversations with people that we love and we corner them and we give them consequences and we give them ultimatums. And for some, right, Some little manipulation happens. The reason they don't tell you the truth is because you're not allowing room for it. We're not allowing room for it. Hey, Sabrina, thank you for joining in. Women, come on now. We're really good when it comes to crafting our language, right? We'll sit down before we talk and we'll write it all out, all the stuff we want to say. And the way we deliver it is for the answer we want to receive. But how many of you know the answer you want to receive half the time ain't really the truth? And the person you're talking to, they know that. But because they also know that you're not going to allow room for them to be truthful, they tell you what you want to hear. Hashtag don't get mad. Hashtag don't get mad. They telling you what you want to hear because the way you're crafting your words leads them right into it. And they can either argue with you or they can just go with the flow. And most times, yep, Duran sure do. Most times they go with the flow. Honey, if I'm saying something that's striking a nerve, hashtag don't get mad. Because this is a no judgment zone. You know, that aha moment was like, wow, man, ooh, ow, that hurt. But I couldn't get mad because it was the truth. Ladies, we good and we can craft that language so eloquently that the person that's hearing it says exactly what we want them to say, even if it's a lie. The second reason people tell us what we want to hear, the second reason folks is lying to you and still not giving you the truth is because they know no matter what, you're not going to accept it. You are not going to accept it. You are not going to accept it. You are not going to accept them. You want it how you want it. And there is no if, and, but, maybe, so I reckon. Can you imagine how deflating that can be for the person on the other side that maybe wants to show up as their best self, but they can't because you won't accept them? You won't accept their flaws when you want them to accept yours? Wow. Hashtag don't get mad. Hashtag don't get mad. You have to accept that the individual that you could be with, whether it be your spouse, your husband, your kids, your mama, your best friend that you done had for 30 years, they are who they are. And you have to accept them and give them the freedom and space to be exactly who they are. The reason they are lying to you, the reason they ain't telling you the truth, the reason they're giving you everything you want to hear, even though they know it's a straight up lie, is because you have not created a space where they can feel accepted. Boom, pow. Yeah, I know that one hurt. Yeah, I know that hurt. Ow. And the third reason why the people in your life are not being truthful, not telling you the truth, telling you what you want to hear. As much as you tell them, honey, it's okay. You can give me the truth. You know, I really need you to be there for me and I really have this expectation, but you can still tell me the truth. The reason they're not giving it to you is because it's not about you. You make your whole conversation with them all about you. And it really needs to be about them. Wow, that one was hard for me. Hashtag don't get mad. When we sit down and have these conversations with people that we love, supposedly our come to Jesus moments, right? Where we're sitting down and we're pouring out of our heart and, you know, we've had enough and we're trying to come to a resolution on how to handle it. We have to accept it ain't about us. We have to accept it might not be about us. I remember having this conversation with someone. Hey, Kim, thank you for joining in. Right, they don't have a choice. I remember having this conversation with a good friend who's on the broadcast, and I ain't gonna call her out. And we were talking about natural hair and this natural hair movement. And I just have a different perspective about it. To me, hair is hair. That's why I got a new wig on today. Hair is hair. And I have no attachment to it one way or the other. Hair is truly hair. I can wear a wig today. I can be natural tomorrow. The reason I don't do my hair is because I take too much darn time and I don't like it. That's the truth. I just don't like spending time in my hair. And I never have. I've never been that girl. And even though there's this big natural hair care movement, for me to jump on that bandwagon, for me, would not be true to me, right? Because I don't like doing hair. But also, to be real transparent to you guys, I remember having a conversation with my husband about natural hair, and he wasn't a fan. And he was able to be honest with me about what he felt about natural hair without feeling judged, because it wasn't about me. I didn't take personal how he felt about natural hair, because that's his opinion. It ain't about me. And I didn't make him feel like he had to have this particular answer or I was going to get upset. I allowed him the space. So I did the first thing. I allowed room for it. I allowed space in the conversation for him to be honest. I didn't word things a certain way so I'd get the response that I wanted to get, right? And then I accepted his answer. It wasn't like, well, why do you feel that way? And no, I didn't do all that. I was like, well, let's talk about it. Well, what is it about natural hair that you don't like? And he started explaining, well, most of the women that I know in my family or women that I've associated with who've had natural hair, they just wake up in the morning and go. Just because your hair is natural doesn't mean you shouldn't take care of it or still try to make sure you always look your best. And I was like, well, you know what? I give you that. I get that. I get that 100%. So because I was able to allow him the space to explain how he felt and why he felt that way without the judgment, allowing room for it, and recognizing that it's not like his answer wasn't about me. It wasn't about me. It allowed him to be truthful in his response and therefore opened the door for us to have more meaningful dialogue. So the days that I may wear my hair out natural, I make sure I do that thing up, honey. It be looking cute too. I make sure it's days that I know I have time, and I ain't got a whole lot of it, but I make sure it's days that I have time, that I put my stuff in and that I actually comb the lint out and do whatever it is I need to do to it, right? Because I open the door to have a true conversation so I can stop getting pissed off. And I take that model of success with him with that conversation, and I use it for other conversations that we have. You know, sometimes we get so attached to a particular outcome that we want that we don't even see the person sitting in front of us that we're talking to. All we see is the result we want. All we see is the answer we want. And therefore, people tell us what we want to hear. And then 3, 6, 9 months down the line, we have an attitude because we feel like somebody lied to us. And it's unfortunate because we never allowed room for the truth. Sometimes the truth is uncomfortable. Sometimes the truth hurts. But you have to give people the room and space to give it to you, because it's only then that you can make your own decisions, right? I tell you, this world we live in, we are so conditioned to conform to a certain way to do, speak, and act, that when somebody brings a different approach that we never heard, we're a little resistant. And I get that. But I want to challenge all of you that are watching. I want to challenge you. Put your, come to Jesus approach to the side for a little moment, right? and try your approach the next time you have to have a conversation that requires you to really get the truth from someone, to really feel like that you're going to have an authentic, genuine conversation. Try a different method. Try allowing them to have some space to tell you the truth. Try not dictating the conversation through your eloquent words and getting the response that you want. Let them give the response that is true, even if it causes you discomfort. And if you're feeling discomfort with their truth, that's your issue. It's not theirs, and don't make it theirs. Because it is only then, it's only then that you're going to get the real deal from the folks and be able to make the decisions you make in your life. And I can guarantee you, you will be able to operate in a space that's so less frustrating. So even for myself, I'm going to model that approach going forward. I'm going to allow people the space to be who they are, even if that means who they are doesn't align with who I am. Yeah, that's a hard one. Yeah, that's a hard one. But I think for all of us, we would live our lives in a whole lot less frustration if we allowed others the grace that we want to receive. So that's it, guys. I got to go finish eating my boring lunch. Trying to eat better, trying to do better, y'all. My little black eyed peas and vegetable stuff. But you guys have a great day. I'll be popping in all through the week, so make sure you have your notifications turned on for Fiercely Speaking, the sisterhood, because that's exactly what this place is, the sisterhood. And as if you have questions about anything I've shared, or you have an approach that you've tried, that you've had success, share it in the comments. We have a lot of therapists in this community, and we love, love, love to hear your input. I'll stay tuned to hear from you like the rest of the community. Stay tuned, guys. Love you and have a great day. Bye.